Now at 5:30 tonight, new details on the arrests of this suspected serial rapist. He was busted in DeKalb County for attacks that happened in California in the early 90s.
CBS 46's Vince Sims joins us live in Decatur with more on how investigators, they actually tracked him down, Vince, and all of this was through genetic genealogy?
Yes, that's the way that they went about it, with this genetic genealogy testing, and then they actually put him under surveillance and then secretly got his own DNA to connect him to this. Waterford Cove in Decatur is a small, quiet cul-de-sac street, but that tranquility turned into turmoil Friday when FBI agents and police from Sacramento, California descended on this house.
I mean, lined up FBI vehicles all the way around the street and, swarming with agents.
Law enforcement came to arrest 59-year-old Mark Manifel, who was living here with a woman neighbors say he met online. Manifel was wanted on charges of raping 3 women back in the early 90s in California. Neighbors were shocked to find out why police arrested him.
Seemed like a great guy, but was a little paranoid. He would always be looking at the planes and talk, trying to tell me about, that these planes were out there, and he'd get his binoculars out.
Before retiring in 2014, he worked for area prisons.
We do know for approximately 2 decades, Manifel worked for the Federal Bureau of Prisons.
Police used genetic genealogy testing to identify Manifel as a suspect and then secretly got his DNA to test.
Actually ended up recovering some DNA evidence at a restaurant based on a request from the Sacramento Police Department.
Neighbors are intrigued by the methods used by police decades after the crime to track down Manifel.
And I think it's wonderful that that kind of new technology exists and that people can be brought to justice.
I think we're living in a safer world. It's great what science can do for us.
All right, and just moments ago, we were able to have a word with the attorney that is representing Mark Manifel. He just stepped out of the house where all of this went down, so you're joining us now live. And I just want to ask you, first of all, does Mr. Manifel or yourself have any response to the allegations against him in this case?
Vince, I expect in the next couple of days, Mr. Manifel will appear in front of a judge in California where he will be entering a plea of not guilty to all of the charges filed against him to date.
All right, plan to file charges of not guilty there or respond to it as not guilty. What is happening with him right now today?
All right, so this morning we appeared in DeKalb County Magistrate Court and waived extradition. I met with the assistant district attorney assigned to the case and advised her that we would not be contesting the extradition process. And so the next step is going to be Mr. Manifel will arrive in California and he will be arraigned on the charges.
And you said you expect that to happen within like the next 48 hours?
Well, I'm not in charge of that committee, but my anticipation is that within 48 hours of his arrival, excluding the holiday, he'll appear in front of a judge.
These are allegations that are coming against him from decades past. So personally, have you spoken with him, and how is he dealing right now with this?
Well, as you can imagine, anybody whose charges filed against him this severity is obviously very concerned, but is taking the process very seriously and is cooperative in his efforts to get extradited as soon as possible to soon face the charges and come up with that defense.
All right, Attorney Jeff Brickman, representing Mark Manifel, thank you very much for your time and updating us on the situation today.
Thanks so much.
All right, that's the very latest there. Again, extradition process has begun, and he will be going back to put in those pleas back there in California. Reporting live in Decatur, I'm Vince Sims, CBS 46 News.